Alright, so today we are going to be ranking Destiny hand cannons. I know, it's been done 100 times, but I wanted to do it because I got bored. So, let's get started. So first up, we're going to do the Annual Skate. Great gun. I love this gun when it came out. Um, it can get really good range on it, potentially. 31 meters. Not the best, not the worst. But you're also really hurting your stability going for a capped out range. So what we're going to do, hit mark HCS, it's fine. 31 meters, whatever. Second column, we are going to have to go with tunnel vision and times payload for the final column. Now, this is all fine and dandy. Where this gun suffers, handling, mid, stability, mid, that's fine. That's whatever. That's for most guns. But, and hear me out here, no origin trait, which puts it pretty down low compared to some of the newer guns we have out. Going to have to put this gun in the B tier. Second up, Ancient Gospel. Now, this gun, one of my favorites. You can get great perks on it. You can get some decent range. 34.93 meters, so basically 35 meters. That is really good for a gun with this small of a perk pool. Now, obviously, you're not always going to want rangefinder. Maybe you want kill clip. Maybe you want rapid hit. Maybe you want outlaw. All of these are good options for Crucible. I'm going to have to go and say that the god roll for this is probably Eye of the Storm, kill clip, 32 meters. Not the best, not the worst, okay? I can't justifiably put this gun any higher than B tier, but I'm going to put it higher than Annals Gate. Next on our list, we have IS Luna. I'm just going to say this now, S tier, no question. It's one of the best hand cannons in the game. The potential for the 100 aim assist roll with nothing but a targeting adjuster and moving target is just beyond amazing. Pair that with rangefinder. High cal, you're getting extra flinch, you're getting extra range. 35 meters, that's all you need. But, I will openly admit, probably not the best roll. For trials, I might get some hate for this. Headstone. Hear me out. You get a pick. It's a headshot. Headstone procs. Ice crystal on the body. That's really good. That stops them from getting that res. You need that. That will help you. It'll slow them down from getting the res. It'll open you up to being able to get more picks. If you're running Renewal Res Punter or the Fragment or whatever that gives you extra damage resistance, you can get times 2 or 3 damage resistance while pairing it with Headstone. Most of the time, it's just all around a great perk. Kill Clip, great perk. Harmony, great perk. There is no bad perk in this second column, and the only perk that I would say is not great in this column is Unrelenting, and even that is still acceptable. S tier gun. We're not doing adaptive versions of guns. They'd all be in the S or A tier, no question. Survivor's Epitaph. I hate this gun. I hate 180s in general most of the time. We procced fully into range, 30 meters. There is no rangefinder on this gun. It's very disappointing. Your best bet is pair this with a Layman Arc, go quick draw, snapshot, quick draw, moving target. Something that'll increase your aim assist. Throw on targeting just or whatever. It's going to be good for blunting strats. Hit them with a Layman Arc, hit them with a hand cannon, stuff like that. With how varied its perk pool is, it makes it very hard to get the roll you want. On top of that, it's a 180. All it really has going for it is intrinsic Icarus. 180s just are not the meta in any way, shape, or form. They are the definition of being okay. So, that mind, not the worst gun in the world, C tier. Waking Vigil. I love this gun. It's a great gun. Hit mark HES. It's the best one if you're not willing to sacrifice stats. I personally would probably go for that because I just don't care. High cal rounds, obviously. Extra flinch, yada yada yada, standard. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You got a couple of options here. Personally, I will always go for that. It's just a great perk combo. Or that. Rangefinder's still better. Rapid hit lowers its range way too much. The problem with this gun is it's a leftover from the time where 150s were a thing. So it still has some of the worst stats that come from that, particularly in the range department. It hurts in the range department. That's why rangefinder is almost a necessity. But it feels good to use. It's got clean sights. It's got a clean design. I'm gonna go B tier. Cantata. All I have to say about Cantata, it's just a significantly better variant of Annual Skate. Origin trait, Eye of the Storm, timed payload, or rangefinder, whatever your preference is. It's literally the same gun in almost every way, shape, and form, just better all around. A tier. Zowli's Bane. This gun is not the gun to use in Crucible, but it can definitely be fun with the right roll, especially if you get a crafted variant. So, explosive payload makes it so your range doesn't matter quite as much. Granted, this thing has 32. Not the best, not the worst, you know. Eye of the Storm, great perk. The problem with this gun comes in the form of its handling and its reload speed. It suffers a lot in those two departments. Its aim assist, not the best, not the worst. Very, very acceptable. Gun probably belongs in the C tier. The Palindrome. Relic of the past that will never go away because of how absolutely busted it is. Normal version can hit 35 meters with the perfect roll. That is very good. High aim assist, high airborne effectiveness, good stability and handling, decent reload speed for a hand cannon. Because it's not the Adept version, it's going to go A tier. If it was the Adept version, which like I said, we're not really going to be rating those too much. We might do them at the end. I'm going to put Palindrome in the A tier. The Exalted Truth. Hands down, the best 140 hand cannon in the game for PvE or PvP, other than potentially round robin for the legendary slot. Now, the beauty behind this gun, very, very high range. In fact, if you're running solo or rumble or anything like that, it has 90 range with this roll. That is absurd. If you have the Adept version, you can have 100 range. Even here, it's hitting higher ranges than Palindrome, which is absurd. It's just one of the most perfect guns, S tier. The DFA. Mediocre gun. I'm sorry, I really wanted to be happy for it. It is just your average 140. With the perfect roll, it's in 32.2 meters. Nothing special, nothing crazy. It doesn't particularly shine anywhere. It's the symbol of mediocrity within hand cannons. The Adept version is slightly better, but not by much. C tier. Nation of Beasts. Oh, how I want you to get buffed next season so badly, which you will. Godroll is Outlaw Kill Clip. There's very little other than that, other than maybe explosive payload, but even then I'd still go outlaw kill clip. With where you sit in the current meta, I unfortunately have to put you D tier between having way too small of a perk pool along with not great options. Rose, S tier. Just no question, S tier. Like 35 meters with plus 20 to your mobility is absolutely disgusting. The fact that you can throw on moving target and have 100 aim assist is also disgusting. It's just one of the best guns in the game. Flat out S tier, no question. Bottom dollar. Yeah, S tier. Best 120 in the game, by far. It's hitting 42.5 meters, and we aren't even done putting stuff on it yet. This roll on bottom dollar is absurd. This roll is even better. It's just hands down the best 120 in the game, other than maybe an Igneous Adept or a round robin. Maybe not S tier. We'll go A tier. I'm slightly preferential towards bottom dollar. I do pick favorites, not gonna lie. I love bottom dollar. Frontier's Cry. Again, same problem as Survivor's Epitaph, so 180. 180 Suffer. This one has the benefit of having rapid hit kill clip, which, if I'm not wrong, will let it 3-tap, correct? 2 crits, 1 body. Yeah. That is its saving grace. That is the only thing that makes this gun viable over the average 180. Oh, and the potential for Iron Reach, which, not as good as Rangefinder, but still very good. I'll put it B tier. The Ikelos Hand Cannon version 1.02 we are not going to do because the 0.3 version is out. We're not doing Time Lost variant. Judgment. Love this gun. Absolutely adore it. We are hands down going moving target timed payload. Best perk for it. Now, like I said earlier, I'm biased. I'm trying to keep biases out of this. So, what we're going to do is say B tier because of its lacking in range. It hurts it. It hurts it a lot. But it does have 95 aim assist, which makes it very viable, and timed payload is a very potent perk. Judgment is a B tier. Seventh Seraph Officer Revolver. This was a PvE review. This would be in one of my top picks. It is a great PvE gun and PvP gun. It's okay as. So, its saving grace, Harmony. Pair with a sniper, pair with a shotgun. Get a kill with Harmony. 3-tap shot at 180 rounds per minute. Rangefinder helps its range a lot. It suffers without it. 32 meters, it's matching up with a lot of 140s. The other benefit to this, Air Assault Perfect Float. Very, very potent combination if you want to aerially bombard people. So, yeah, we are going to go with Air Assault Perfect Float if you're on Lion Rampant Titan or Heat Rises Warlock. Otherwise, Rangefinder Harmony if you are a hunter or any other subclasses on those two. We're going to go B tier. Next on our list, we have the Vulpecula. I want to dislike this gun, I really do, but I thoroughly enjoy the fact that I have a role that has explosive payload or headstone. It makes me happy. It's very strong. It's very good. I will take headstone every time. This is what I would deem the god roll. Or this. Either of these. Both great. It's not the most potent gun in the world. It doesn't have an origin trait. That hurts it. That, by itself, will unfortunately mark this down to the C tier, even though I love this gun. the version 3 of the Echo's hand cannon. Very potent gun in most endgame content with repulsor brace. But this is a PvP review, so your best bet, rapid hit, and still probably repulsor brace. It's an okay perk, especially if you're running Void Warlock or Hunter. If you can get the Void Dive in on someone on your Hunter and clean them up with this, plus 40 overshield, you're gonna be sitting pretty for a second. I'm gonna put this one B tier. Notice how a lot of guns end up in the B tier. Those are the average guns that most people will be using. Most likely, if they don't have better versions. Nature of the Beast. One of the less commonly used hand cannons on this list for a lot of reasons. It's got okay in the range department for a 180. It's better than some 140, so I will give it that. It's got rangefinder in the second main per column, which is its saving grace because it has just about nothing good in this first column for PvP. Snapshot is your best bet. It's going in the D tier. Something new. It is a 120 reskin of Ias Luna. Its only saving grace is Demo Headstone. This gun sucks. It's a D tier, no question. Round Robin. I've mentioned this gun a few times before, earlier in here. It is a very potent gun with kill clip. It will be a 2-tap if I am remembering correctly. Let's see. Yes, that is correct. 2-tap at tier 10 resilience. That is disgustingly powerful for so many different reasons. That is obviously going to be the perk to go for in this column. First column, keep away, very potent, very powerful, very hard to deal with. Perfect float. Again, Warlock, Titan. Lion Rampants if you're a Titan, Heat Rises if you're on Warlock. Pairs very well. Other than that, I'd say go Killing Wind. It's all around a decent perk. Round Robin, hard S tier. Now we have Fatebringer. S tier, no question. The role of explosive payload and Eye of the Storm or Kill Clip is just so potent. There's very little you can do against it. Because even at 32.35 meters, explosive payload kicks in, kicks that up to about 35. Kill Clip increases your damage, going to give you a very much so more forgiving time to kill. If you don't want Kill Clip, if you're okay with having the same time to kill at the regular difficulty, Eye of the Storm makes it easier as you get weaker. It's going to help you. It's a good perk combo. S tier. The Steady Hand. This gun is a piece of work. With everything being absolutely perfect, kitted out for range, it's still just, it's a relic of the past. It's not anywhere near being the best gun. The only pairing I ever see it potentially being used in is with Le Monarque for a 1-tap body. I would never use this gun. D tier. The Igneous Hammer. How this gun reigned supreme for so long is astounding, but very fair. Now, I don't think they ever re-released this gun to have an origin trait. That hurts it in the current meta. Origin traits are very, very powerful and very potent. Rapid Hit, great perk. Outlaw, great perk. Killing Wind, great perk. You're going to want to pair this with Rampage. Rampage times 1, not going to do much for you. Rampage times 2, going to make it a lot easier to get those kills. Rampage times 3, very much so. Very likely not going to happen. It's very unfortunate. Though, what we can do is build into this gun in other ways. Go like this. Would you look at that? That is a lot of stability. That means you're not going to get flinched very hard, almost at all. It's a lot of range. It's 37.4 meters. This gun, still a relic of the past, still decent. B tier. Oh, I didn't mean to push that over. So sad. Alright, now we're getting to the guns that a lot of people like. Not really. Pure poetry. So 120, not the best, not the worst in the current meta. I personally dislike this gun. It's got a stupidly large perk pool. It doesn't have a whole lot going for it in terms of stat package. Its stability handling reload sucks. Its only benefit is its range, which is still being outranged by a lot of other guns. Gonna go D tier. True Prophecy. This is a very, very powerful 120 with the right roll. So, even here, without anything in the second or third main per columns, 37.77 meters. Rangefinder, 41.55. Explosive payload, timed payload, pick your preference. I'd personally go timed, extra flinch, it's gonna fuck with people. It's really, really strong. Gonna go B tier. Dire Promise. Relic of the past that no one will give up on because of how much they love it. Snapshot Rangefinder is going to be your go-to roll with everything capped out perfectly. You're looking at 33.75 meters, so 34 meters, roughly. I love this gun. I want to give it higher. I have to give it C tier in the current meta. Trust. Another relic of the past that got brought back to be a very potent weapon if you get the right roll. That's the stipulation there. Now, I am not a big fan of almost any of these main column perks. I'm going to go Outlaw Rangefinder or Heating Up Rangefinder. 34.4 meters. That's pretty good range for a 180. As far as 180s go, it's S tier. As far as hand cannons in general, I'm going to put it A. Crisis Inverted. I hate this gun. I don't like the design of Amalans. Bias is out of the way. Rapid Hit Rangefinder is going to be your friend. Cap out that range. 34 meters. It's an okay gun. We're going to go B. Did we not already do this? Yes, we did. We did the new version. The old version, slightly different. Biggest difference is time payload. It's whatever. It's fine. It's cool. We're not raking it again. On to Austringer. Amazing gun. Just absolutely amazing. Great stat package. Decent aim assist. One of everyone's favorite guns. There's very few people who dislike this gun in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna put it A tier. I swear, there's no biases. It's just a good gun. Exalted Truth again? Exalted Truth again. Okay, let's see what we got here. Slightly different than before. Perfect Float Frenzy is very good, because Frenzy then benefits from Perfect Float's timer. Rangefinder, always a good option. Whatever. It's mostly the same stuff. You're not getting anything overly different. It's fine. Posterity. This is one hell of a PvE gun. That's the stipulation. PvE. Now, if we were talking PvE god rolls, which we're not, then that's a powerful, potent combination. That is a powerful, potent combination. That is also a powerful and potent combination. But that's not what we're here to discuss. PvP god roll. Probably going to be something along the lines of Rapid Hit, Frenzy, or Gut Shot. It's just not a good PvP gun. And that's okay. It's not what it was made for. Sadly, that puts it down in the D tier. It's very unfortunate. Finite Impactor. This gun is the definition of mid. 32 meters, even with Iron Reach. No rangefinder in the first call. Firmly planted is going to be your best bet for increasing range consistently. Killing wind is definitely better, though. We're going to have to put this gun in the D tier. It's all around stat package, and stats suck. Loud Lullaby. Once upon a time, I thoroughly enjoyed using this gun. It could get really good rolls, and it was just all around a potent choice. Sadly, it's slightly less so now, capping out at 37.77 meters. We're gonna put it in the B tier. Moving target explosive payload is the best perk combination for it, other than potentially kill clip for a 2-tap if you're very consistent with your shots. But sadly, it does not keep up with the current meta in the A and S tier slots, and even most of the B tier. Our final legendary hand cannon on this list, Crimmel's Dagger. Very strong weapon. Very potent weapon. It's pretty much the True Prophecy on steroids. It hits 85 range, absurd. 72 aim assist, absurd. Rangefinder times payload or explosive payload is disgusting. Rangefinder kill clip is even more disgusting. Both are great perks. Sadly, this gun is no longer acquirable, which does impact its rating. It's going into the A tier. It would have been C tier, now it's just A tier. On to exotic choices. Ace of Spades. There's not a lot to say about it. It is one of, if not the best, hand cannons in the game. It will flat out go into S tier, no competition. Crimson. Also a powerful, potent choice in the current meta. Plus 20 range, very, very powerful. Also an S tier. Ariana's Vow is a fairly potent gun if paired with a bow. Unfortunately, this isn't a review for bows. I know, it's sad. So, this gun will have to go in the C tier for Crucible. Hawkmoon. Very powerful gun if you can hit all your headshots most of the time. The biggest problem with it is that if you don't hit enough shots, it will not be able to give you the benefits that you want. It's just a decent 140 at that point. That lowers its rating down to A tier. It could have been S, it's down to A. Lumina. Fairly potent gun. It's a lot of fun to play like you're a Mercy from Overwatch in Destiny. But unfortunately, I can't give it any higher than B tier with its exotic perk not benefiting you yourself unless you're using it on other people, and that is not always possible. Thus, it is mid. Malfeasance. I have been waiting for this catalyst that D2 Gunsmith has been claiming for so long now. Because, doesn't that look so much better? But here's the thing. Great gun. Will definitely shut down a super if it doesn't kill you first. The biggest problem with it, it's a 180. You're not going to hit your 5 shots to proc its exotic perk every time, and if you are hitting that, then you're lowering your time to kill. Not worth it to do. I can't put this any higher than C tier or maybe even D tier just because of how intrinsically not meant for PvP it was outside of Gambit. Sturm is something that I'm going to... we're going to be here a minute. So, Sturm, very mid gun by itself. But you get it with a Drang, and it's a 2-tapping machine. The problem is we have legendaries that can do that by themselves if they have kill clip. Thus, Sturm mildly becomes obsolete because of the fact that with those you can run a special weapon, like a shotgun or a sniper, and don't have to run Drang. They need to do something about this gun. This gun needs to change slightly, but it probably won't. And while that is mildly upsetting, it's still an okay gun. I cannot put it higher than B tier. Sunshot. I know Grenader Drake put out a video not too long ago mentioning this weapon. I feel like he mildly over-exaggerated its value. If you are extremely consistent, it can in fact 3-shot headshot. The problem is, this gun in and of itself is not very consistent. It has really crappy aim assist. That hurts it a lot. Its primary source is literally just keep tagging the target. It's not going to be winning you many duels, because if you miss that one headshot, you are screwed. I'm going to put it C tier. Last word, A tier, no question. I want to say S tier, but I can't with how its range is. It goes A tier. It's a good gun. If you wear it with lucky pants, it can be S tier, but I will not be factoring exotic armor into everything. Thus, A tier. Decent with all classes, master of none, Thorn. I, myself, am not big on Thorn. I'll get some hate for that. That's okay. Its biggest problem is its range. As someone who went from Ace of Spades to trying to use Thorn, I cannot just deal with that range. Its range hurts me way too much. There are legendary hand cannons I'd rather use because of its range. But I will admit, it is the king of pairing with a shotgun. That being said, I understand that the majority of the community agrees that it is A or S tier. And I am inclined to agree, even though it is not my favorite gun, A tier. And that right there concludes this. This is what I say is the final standings for most of these guns. Now, Igneous Adept, Zali's Bane Harrowed, those guns, Palindrome, Exalted Truth Adept, all of those would be an A and S tier if we were doing it strictly off of their Adept versions or including their Adept versions. We were not, however. So, keep that in mind. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.